biggest lessons I had when I was a kid, I was always a tomboy and I never really fit in anywhere. I didn't fit in with the pretty girls, I didn't fit in with the athletic girls. I was kind of like this bookworm geek kind of little Chiquita. And this particular day, our family didn't have a lot of money and our car broke down. So my dad said, all right, kid, get the toolbox, let's go. So we had the car parked on the road and it's this huge big jalopy of a car. And I'm this tiny little like troll of a kid, and I'm sitting under the hood with my dad, and one of my mom's friends came over. And I remember she walked by my dad and I under the hood, and this is back in the day, like this is a long time ago. And I remember her looking at me and looking at my dad, and I could tell something was kind of up, but I didn't know what it was. So I looked at my dad and I'm trying to get a read on him. And I see him look at me and then look at this woman. And then he says to me, you gonna pass me that wrench or what? So, I mean, I'm a kid and I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's over, pass him the wrench. But years later, what I found out was the reason she was like giving us the hairy eyeball was because she was appalled that this little girl was underneath the hood of a car, because girls aren't supposed to fix cars. And it was just so powerful to watch my dad's reaction to that, because, in a society that kind of, at the time, promoted that kind of idealism, he was just like, are you gonna pass me that wrench or what? And sometimes, you know what? It's just that simple. You just gotta keep moving forward, follow your truth, and kind of like pay attention to what do you love and what are you good at? And so for me, years later, it was because of things like that that I realized I had sort of just a natural mechanical ability, which I would have never have known otherwise, because I was an artist. I used to draw and paint and write and all that kind of stuff. And so what was the placeholder and the springboard for my later life getting hired as a firefighter. So when you have that little tap and just that little kind of something that makes you kind of curiously turn your head and pay attention to something that you're interested in, always take the opportunity to listen to that tiny little voice, because it may be the thing that changes the trajectory of your entire path. So I'll leave that with you. If you have any comments or questions, hit me up at shellivarela.com, and I will see you on the flip side. What advice would I give my younger self? I would have to say, don't give a rat's ass about what anybody else thinks. Cut.